Good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the great state of Maine. Today's topic is about deer hunting. It's deer season right now. It's the last day of my hunting trip, so I'll be headed home in the morning. But what happened overnight is we got about 3 inches of snow, and on top of that we got a 1/4 inch of freezing rain, and right now it's a mixture of between freezing rain and rain. So why ain't I out in the bush? Why am I not out deer hunting today? Well, I fall into a different camp than most other hunters when it comes to hunting on days like today. So that's what today's topic is about, is what would I be doing on a day like this out in the bush deer hunting. I have 2 reasons why you should subscribe to this channel. The first one is you've already clicked on one of my thumbnails, so there must be some interest in this old boy's content. And the second reason is that you must have some interest in bettering your skills as a deer hunter, as a buck hunter, or in your woodsman skills. So click the subscribe button if you'd like to, and let's get on to today's topic. Today's topic is about last night. It snowed, 3 inches of snow with a 1/4 inch of crust on it, and all morning now it has been raining and freezing rain. So the question is why am I not out hunting? Well, I fall into a different camp than most other hunters. A lot of people, and I think it's just because it's a saying. I know that there's some people that are good at it, but I think there's some sayings that just fall into everybody's vocabulary about hunting because it feels good, makes them look like a good hunter and all that when they're having coffee down at the coffee shop. I don't hunt on days like this. And this is, to me, it's a myth about hunting. Everybody says, well, days like this, you got to get out and you got to jump them up. That's the only way you're going to get them. Now, I know where they're at because I've been doing my scouting here for years. I know exactly where they're at. They're in the thickest cedar swamp that you can find. That's where they've gone to hide during this nasty weather. And in order to push them out of there, very rare are you're going to get a decent shot, if any shot at all, that they don't hear, see, or smell you coming. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't some hunters that can do this. There are some hunters up here in the state of Maine that are very good at that. But there's very few and far between. So that's why I fall into this other camp. I believe that if you get out and you push them up today, especially if you're hunting for a big buck, if you're hunting for a buck that's 2.5 to 3 years old, he's already got his wits about him. He's been using his noodle and he's been learning where to hide, and he knows what things smell like. So it's harder and harder to trick him with every passing hunting season. So I believe instead of getting out there in my hunting spots and pushing them up, because if you push them up, especially if you push them up in the wrong time, what does that mean? If you push up a big old buck and he snorts at you and he raises his tail and he runs off, I believe that you have run him off out of his home range for at least the rest of this deer season. And that's why on days like this, I don't go out and push him up. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because tomorrow, after this storm breaks, tomorrow evening could be the best hunting in this area. Because if they bedded down all day and they ain't been really eating what they like to eat, they've been eating boughs and whatever they can get their hands on out there. This time of year, we still have, up in this area, we still got apples on the ground from wild apple trees. So they will start to feed, as well as getting out to where you do know there's some grassy areas in the woods. And if they start to feed, man, you could have every deer in the woods moving tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning. But if you get out there today, and I get out there today in my spots around my tree stands, and I just start pushing all the brush piles, and I kick them out, I could really ruin the rest of my hunting season just because I'm kind of irritated sitting here at camp and not really getting out. So I fall in that category of, on days like this, the deer are hunkered down, all the animals are hunkered down, it's a good time for you, the hunter, to hunker down as well. Hunker down, wait it out. So what I'm doing today, I brought out that 12 gauge shotgun that I've got, and I'm going to give it a good cleaning. And I thought it was just a good time here to even put together this little video about how I hunt on these nasty, crappy days. I just don't do it. I used to when I was younger. It'd be pouring rain and I'd be out there beating the brush. Well, I can tell you right now, I never got a deer doing that. I got close to them. I got to see tails. I got to see antlers. I got to see does. I got to push them up. I had some great hunting stories. I went hunting today and I saw 3 deer. I didn't get a shot at any of them, but I saw 3 deer. So that makes me the great white hunter of the great north of Maine. Not really. The only deer that matters is the deer that you put in your freezer if you're looking for meat. I'm a meat hunter, so that's the only deer that matters. If I can't get a decent shot at him, I don't want to see him. Because if I see him, I probably have spooked him, and I probably have spooked him out of this home range. I'm setting in what's called a doe home range. I have a lot of does here. So what I am hoping for as the rut continues next week up here, I feel that it's the best time for the rut. So next week I should have my best opportunity for a buck that comes in to check out the does in this doe home range. So that's why I don't get out and push up deer in these kind of conditions. It's been sitting here for about 4 years. I've seen lots of does. I've seen very few bucks. So that's why I'm moving this out to a muzzle loading site. At the end of this video, I will drop you in some links. At the very end, you'll see a round bear. You'll see a round circle with a bear in it. I'm standing next to it. Click that bear if you'd like to subscribe to the channel. And also, up in the right-hand corner of your screen, I'll drop in some links to more tips and techniques and the lifestyle that I have here. Just the different, you know, I have a pretty good lifestyle here, and I want to share it with you. So I will see you in the next video. Got him, no problem.